Hey everybody, it's me, Felicia Meisick, and it is day 27. And we're going to hold on a minute because I have a guest coming on with me. And let me see where he's at. I hope everybody's Thanksgiving was good. Give me a second. I'm going to pause, take a break. He's not on with me just yet, but my guest today is Rob Matzie. He's our state representative. Give me a second. I'm going to call this man right now. You guys can watch. Let's see if I can get him on. This is what happens when you do live shows. You know, you run into issues and you don't realize there's an issue happening. Give me one sec. Hey, I'm on live and I would love to see if you can jump on with me. I'm going to try to add him back on. Let's see. Just so you guys don't think I'm talking to myself. Rob, you want to say hi?
Hello.
But I am on the phone with him. We got some technical difficulties, but this is what happens when you do a live show. It happens.
All right. It's now showing my photo icon and your photo icon, and it says, please wait. Your photo icon is there now. It wasn't there before, so that's a good sign.
All right, good deal. Give us one more second, guys. All right, so let's see what's going on. Let me go to my... Spell your email address for me. Spell it for me. Mm-hmm. Spell it one more time so I get it right. All right, and spell your email address one more time for me. Okay. All right, got the right guy here. All right. He may be jumping on. Hold on. This is what happens when you go live and you're using new technology.
All right.
Are you in with me?
Still doesn't want. There's video call. I answered it. Another window opened up. It has my picture and your picture, and underneath your picture it says, please wait.
So Google's messing with us right now. So I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. Google is messing with us. It's not letting me show you his face. I know you guys can hear his voice, but I really want you to see what he looks like. For those of you who are not familiar with, I doubt that you guys don't know what he looks like because this man is everywhere. I see him in parades. I see him walking the streets. I see him everywhere. He's on the internet. He's in person. You name it. He's everywhere. So we're going to try to reach him one other way. And then, I always have a backup plan. I don't play around. So give me another sec. We'll go back up. Of course, you're not reachable. I'm going to hang up on the phone with you. Okay, I'm going to call you another way. I'm going to try to reach him another way. And it's saying it's not reachable. Oh, guys. How was your Thanksgiving? How was it? Mine was interesting. I'm going to tell you guys a couple things. What I just found out, I don't know if you guys noticed, I just posted that there is a new barber school coming into town, which is pretty cool. They plan on having their classes open on, what was that? They plan on having classes open on Monday. So I thought that was pretty neat to tell you guys. So that's posted. Oh, Lord. As we get these other ways of getting him on here, I'm going to pause this and you guys can see. Just hold tight. We'll be on in a few minutes. Oh my goodness, it's coming. Give you a couple other little tidbits since we're online right now. There is a new owner to Ombres, and he just decked out his parking lot, so it's all nice and pretty for the lights. So if you guys get a chance to go see that. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys was on December 22nd, we're having lunch with Santa down in Ambridge and Merchant Street. We're trying to raise some money for that project Holiday Dreams to help pay for kids to, or not kids, but families to have a full Christmas. So from dinner on the table to presents under the tree. So if you guys want to jump on with that. So we're going to wait for Rob. He's waiting for him to jump on. I'm going to send him another text message. Mr. Matzie. But there's so much happening, exciting about Ambridge. I'm going to take this time out too while we're waiting to let you guys know a little bit more about Ambridge Connection. We are going to be officially like 2 years old any day now. We started November, I'll say, well, our first post was in December, but Larissa and I met up at a, I guess you can call it, well, we met up at Tank Sudo Academy one day. We were sitting there with our kids doing their little learning all about karate and martial arts. And, you know, we just had a conversation. And one day we were just like, let's do this together. You know, she's a writer. I am, I guess, everything else. You can tell I'm in the community. I'm like an organizer, you can call me, I guess. But, you know, we both decided let's tell the positive story of Ambridge and the surrounding communities. And we got together. Alan Freed and I go way back. And like, actually, I was his daughter's Girl Scout leader. That's how, I want to say that's how we met, but I'm not exactly sure. We might have met before that, but I know him mainly because I was his daughter's Girl Scout leader for years. But we're going into 3 years. You see me a lot around because that's my role. I'm in the community. Alan's a photographer, and Larissa is our editor. She goes to a lot of the big meetings. I'm more of that fluffy stuff, you know. I do like the rainbows and unicorns type stories, you know, like hey, there's a barbershop coming, you know, that's positive. I'm going to be releasing a story that I should have did last week about Kelly Sable. She represented us out in Cleveland, Ohio, and took like first place. Or was it first? Yeah, first place for I don't know how many years in a row. But Kelly Sable, I got your story. You gotta let it out. Soon we'll have Matzie. Fingers are crossed. We get him soon. But when we do get him on, I want to give him his full time. And this is exciting. You know, we have new technology. So, you know, there's always a little something that we have to tweak. But worst case scenario, it'll be a recorded one. And I put it out to you guys after the fact. Let's see what else. But yeah, we are definitely looking for more writers. So if any of you guys want to come and write, or just, you know, if you have, like, you want to volunteer in the community, you don't know how to volunteer, you can reach us, because we'll try to connect you to the right group you may want to be with. So there's the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, there's the Garden Club, there's book club, there's crocheting clubs. I mean, there's all sorts of different groups that you can be involved with just here in Ambridge. So if you would like to get involved with the Ambridge area, you know, there's the Economy Women things, Economy Women's Civic Club. The firefighters are always looking for people to volunteer there. I mean, there's so many different avenues within the community already. Our goal is to take that, funnel you into the right group. So you just figure out where you want to be at. So send us a message and say, look, we want to volunteer for Ambridge Connection. Well, that's different. Then we have to figure out where to put you at. But if you want to volunteer, like say you just want to like beautify the town, there's like that huge group that does that. Say you are into history, there's Old Economy that are constantly looking for people to volunteer at Old Economy Village. There's that huge group. But anything that you can think of, we probably have a group like that in town. And if there's not one, maybe we can help you start it. So I'm still here by myself waiting. Yeah, I'm going shopping in a little bit too, because Ambridge has some good deals. I don't know if you guys all saw the thing in the paper with Do It Best, but in Do It Best, there is a coupon for 50% off one item. I thought that was pretty awesome. Ambridge Do It Best, doing it big, 50% off, Black Friday. Still don't have the man on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this one off, and then I'm going to put a pre-recorded one up. And you can see, well, you know, we can do the winner live right now, though. Nadia, I'm going to have my daughter come and pull the winning number, so you guys at least have a video. But I will do the other, like another video with Mr. Matzie, so you can see him. But we're going to go ahead and draw the winner of the Rob Matzie gift certificate. Let's draw. And this is my older daughter. Come on in, Nod. Come in the frame. Hi. Okay, so Nod, can you do the drawing? And the winner for today is Maddie Morrow. If you guys don't know him, he is the Chili King. I mean, this man, he's also a fighter, but he is the Chili King. He, like, I don't know, won every chili cook-off locally that you can imagine. Hopewell, Vanport, Harmony Township. That's at least 3 that I can name off the bat. But eventually we hope to see like a food truck or something of his, but I'm just saying. Maddie Morrow. Oh, and he also won the wing cook-off too that the Eagles had last year. So, but congratulations, Maddie Morrow. It's just me today. Rob Matzie is the one who you won his prize, and I still don't have him on. So I'm thinking there's some issues on the computer side on that end. So let me see. Oh, I just got a text from him. Let's see what it says. Connecting and downloading. So we're still downloading. Oh, he's on right now too. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get him screen-wise. Give me a sec. Hello. Hello? Hey, I can't hear you if you're on. So we're still waiting for him to jump on. I know he's in the group, but I don't see him yet. But this video obviously is going to have some editing to it. We'll just say that now.
There, how's that?
Oh, I can hear him now. Yay. You want to turn your video on?
Video?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're getting ready to start. I see something.
Okay. Seeing we'll see him. Maybe. Maybe.
They asked me, and I said yes.
Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up Rob Matzie. You guys can have that.
Oh, I see me. See me.
He's on.
You see me?
No, not yet. Not yet. You got to show me, fill up the camera.
This is all you camera. Share my webcam.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, he's on.
Adjust this.
And we have him. I'm going to throw his stuff up in the background.
Hey, how's that?
Let's go. Rob Matzie. What's up, man?
Take my head. All right, we got the care of.
Yes, you're on. Well, during that time that I didn't have you, I'll be editing this video. I like the camera on the other one. I think I look better in it. So, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Detoxing a little bit after yesterday.
Yeah.
Had a little green tea this morning. Clean out my system. Yes.
Nice. Well, here, I'll just tell everybody, we are back. I'm going to start over. So bear with me because I'm going to edit this video. So stay with me. We'll allow this to. Okay. So we are on day 27 of 30 Days of Gratitude. Today, my guest is online from remote locations. We have Rob Matzie. Well, let me correct that. State Representative Rob Matzie. Well, hello, Mr. Matzie. Welcome.
Oh, Rob is sufficient.
Rob.
Well, thanks for having me. This is fun. This was fun this morning trying to figure out all this technology stuff. I'm usually pretty quick learner, and so it's nice to use some new stuff this morning, even though it may have caused you a little consternation at the start.
No, we're fine. We're fine. You know, I'm having like definite hair issues today. Again, it's the switching of the cameras. Yep. Oh no, I'm sorry. Good Lord, I gotta like keep this. Okay, yes, I did that. That was a hair jab. But yeah, thank you so much.
Can I say?
Yeah. Well, this right there, that should tell you people, like this guy, he is our state representative, and I can literally joke about, I talk about my own hair because I'm having some issues, and he's laughing about it because he's making jokes. That's what type of person he is. Very personable and very reachable. Let me just say it. You're approachable. Let me say that's what it is. You are an approachable state representative, because I don't know of one place I've been at that I don't see you. You know, like the town is, if there's something happening in a town, you're there. Like you are always so available. Thank you. We're grateful for things like that.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, it's you know, when you have this job, I liken my whole district really to my neighborhood, and you know, my district is just Ambridge. It's you know, it's 95% of it's Beaver County, so it's Ambridge, it's Aliquippa, it's Hopewell, it's Baden, it's Harmony Township, it's Economy, and you know, it's a large district as far as Beaver County is concerned. Monaca, Freedom, Conway, East Rochester. So try and get out as much as you can, and try and be as visible as you can, if for no other reason, so you can be approachable. You know, the old adage is the House of Representatives is the people's house. And when you represent 62,000 plus people, you try and be approachable. And, you know, I obviously have a district office staff that makes me look very good because they're easily approachable as well and do a fantastic job. And when they do things and represent me, it just, quite frankly, it makes me look good. You know, I was a staffer at one point also, so I'm staff's best friend, and hopefully they appreciate that from my end, but it's nice to have the office and have the ability to help people and really be as visible as you can.
Well, those are things that I'm serious. People they don't know how good we have it, you know. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is all month long I've been talking with people in the community and seeing just what drives them and what got them to this point. And what most people are seeing just the little video that we've done, but I've learned so much about the people in this community. And I learned, you know, prior to this, is you're an Ambridge graduate and you're a lifelong Ambridge resident. You know, that's that's big to me. You know, what made you like when you graduated, what made you decide, hey, I want to be involved with politics?
I really did, quite frankly. I always had an interest in history and in politics, but really, you know, my goal was to be, you know, on the radio or on television by the time I was 30 years old. So did radio for a while, and the bug bit really more for a couple of reasons. Financially, number one, and number two was opportunity. You know, there were some changes in the rules from the federal government relative to communications. And, you know, conglomerates being permitted to own radio stations than they ever were before, so there were going to be less jobs. And I've had some opportunities to leave the area and always thought I'd be somewhat of a gypsy and go from job to job, but I got attached. You know, my parents, you know, my brothers, and I got attached to really wanting to stay in the Pittsburgh region, and there are only so many jobs in the Pittsburgh region. So when the opportunity presented itself to get into government, really into politics, it was as a staffer, and I worked for Senator Lavelle for 14 years. It was supposed to be short term, and it ended up being 14 years. And then when he decided to retire, the opportunity presented itself to run for the House, because the House member at that time, Sean Romali, was running for the Senate. So I had to make a decision whether to help Sean in his efforts and potentially, you know, be hired by him and continue working for the senator, or take the opportunity to run. And quite honestly, I had thought about running 4 years prior when Sean ran, and was an unofficial candidate for about 48 hours. But my daughter was a little over a year old. I was the mayor at that time, and you know, I had to really sit down and have a long conversation with my wife, because it's a family decision. My wife wasn't prepared for it. She wasn't 100% on board. And at that particular time, I decided to just step away from politics altogether, with the exception of my job. So, and focus more on my family. And 4 years later, it was my wife who was the one that encouraged me to run. She said, you know, I'm prepared for you to take on this battle. We're prepared as a family, and I think there's no one better for the job. So when you have a cheerleader like that as your partner, that encouragement, that was all I really needed. So I was, you know, obviously took on that opportunity. I won, and here we go 7 years later in my fourth term. Really enjoy what I do. It's not easy. It's challenging at times. And I know we take a lot of pot shots from the public and the pundits, etc. But at the same time, there's more good than there is bad with this job, and especially when it comes to really, you know, seeing the smile on someone's face when you're able to help them with a problem, or really work on a piece of crucial legislation, the differences in life.
Well, see, I'm glad you touched on that. I mean, you said a lot of things that, you know, just want to go back on, like the fact, Ambridge grad, lifelong resident, you've been in office for 7 years?
Yes, fourth term. And
this is your fourth term. And that's just, I have to applaud you for that. That means that people want you here. How difficult was it running those 4 times? I mean, have you had people running against you? Twice.
The first time I ran, I had opposition in the primary, obviously being an open seat. At one point, there were 5 people running, and it ended up being just 2 people, and I was victorious. Didn't have a general. My first re-election, I had no opposition. And my third re-election, I did have opposition. It was a brutal campaign. There was a lot of money. I was the incumbent, but I was outspent probably 3 to 1. Television, 24 mailers, outside mail. A lot of innuendo about my voting record, etc. And thankfully, the people in the public saw through and read between the lines. And again, it goes back to what we talked about earlier about being approachable and really being out there in the community. They saw through what was being said about me, and you know, I ended up winning by 12 points. So didn't have opposition this last time. And of course, I plan, and I'll say it right here, I plan on seeking re-election next year. And that'll start up right after the first of the year. Before long, it'll be an early primary because it's a presidential year. So April, the last Tuesday in April will be the election. So we'll be gearing up here right after the first of the year.
All right, terrific. I'm glad to hear that. You heard it here at Ambridge Connection. He's going to run again. I truly appreciate hearing those things, especially when you plug it in on with us. So yeah, I remember over the years seeing. I know the one year must have been really bad because I think I had like 1.5 pounds of mail against you. So, and for you, yeah.
And the hardest part about that goes back to what I said earlier about your family. Your family's your support structure. But, there were a lot of things said about me. That, my parents got that mail. My wife got that mail. Other family members got that mail. My pastor in my church got that mail. So you talk to them and you explain to them the innuendo and the circumstances behind that. But it's tough. I'm blessed to still have both of my parents. And for them at their age to have to see something said about their child, still their child, and that was difficult on them. But I said, look, you got to have thick skin in this business. People are going to say a lot of things about you. Some of it's going to be true, some of it's not going to be true, and you just have to try and read between the lines and really know what you know about that individual, whether it's me or whomever, and trust your gut.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously you're still here. People elected you back, and there's something about you that is keeping you here. So if you were what all those papers said, why are you here? So yeah, why are you here? So just because we're here and we're talking, let's talk about your job. What's up with the budget?
No budget. Yes.
What's up with the budget?
Hopefully we're there soon. This is the second time that I've been in office where we had a delayed budget. The first budget I had actually was not settled until late September. We've obviously passed that up, and that was my first year in office. We had to cancel vacation 2 or 3 times, and obviously didn't make mom or my wife real happy. So, but we got through it, and one of the things I did then and I'm doing now, it's not mandated, but I've been cashing checks since June. And it's more symbolic than anything else. Dip into my savings. My credit card debt's a little higher than I'd like, obviously. But if we can't do our job in Harrisburg, the 203 members in the House, the 50 members in the Senate, working with the governor to come up with something, and social service agencies, domestic violence groups, and other social service agencies aren't getting their money from the state, I shouldn't be getting mine either. So I've got 5 checks in a lockbox, and hopefully the idea was, I'm going to accept my check, but I'm not going to cash it, thinking we'll get this done by August, and I'll have it when it's done. I'll cash my check and make the deposit. So, but it's piling up. It's at some point, I don't want it to be where I have a stale check and have to get a new one cut. So, optimistic. There was some discussion this past week that. Hopefully, I know there's some folks that are a little more optimistic than me that think it'll be done by the end of this coming week. I think it's more likely by the middle of December we'll have a final agreement in place where the leaders of all 4 caucuses and the governor can come to an agreement on where we're going to get the revenue necessary to meet the obligations that we have, whether it's a dedicated source of funding or commitments from the governor that he wanted when he ran for office, specifically as it relates to education. Looks like we're going to get that extra $450 million for education. Now we just have to figure out how to pay for it. The other thing that a lot of folks don't really recognize is the fact that we have a structural deficit. And if there's one thing that the majority party is finally agreeing to is we need more money for education, and there is a structural deficit. So if we're able to close the gap on the structural deficit, which is over $1 billion, when I say structural deficit, those are costs that we have to pay for, whether it's debt, whether it's other programs that are matching funds with the federal government. So we're going to end up with a little over $30 billion state budget. Combined with all the federal money we get, it's close to $60 billion. So it's a lot of money. It's a big deal.
You're working for us.
We're dead optimistic we're going to get something done here in the next 10 days to 14 days.
All right. Well, I hope you do. I truly do. And if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do so?
you know, they can call my office, 724-266-7774, or if you want to email Matzie, Matzie @pahouse.net. Check out my website as well.
Okay, now I could technically stay on here for a while, and I don't want to keep you up. It is Black Friday. I don't know if you're going to go out shopping. Were you out in that mess this morning? No?
No, I've the hard work to do, and you know, I still dabble in radio, so I got a little prep to do. I'm going to do one of the championship games at Heinz Field tomorrow night, Central Valley, which is part of the Monaca School District, part of the Monaca community, which is part of my district, so it's fun to be there. I'll get up there early to see the Aliquippa game as well, because Aliquippa is near and dear to my heart also, as your little helper peeks in.
Yes.
I have one too in the other room, but so I'm going to get up there tomorrow. It's always fun. It's nice to see the community gather when they get behind their schools. So it'll be fun to get up there. So I still enjoy doing the radio. It'll be year number 28 that I've had an opportunity to call high school football and high school basketball. I've done some small calls and some light pro stuff, but it's fun to still do it. I was going to give it up when I got elected, but my wife said, you're going to go to a game on Friday night anyway. You might as well still do the game on the radio. So
I love how strong your wife is in this. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big plus to hear that you. Oh, I'm missing it. What'd you say?
It's all partnership. It's all partnerships. You can understand. You have an understanding spouse like I do. So it's difficult at times, but it's all relative, and it's all good at the end.
There you go. Well, you know, I love hearing the fact that you were a person, you know, just because our people that we elect to be in these offices, they're human. You know, he has to still go by and, you know, check with his wife. You know, he was a mayor at one time for Ambridge, and he had to check in at home. You know, it shows us that you are a human person and you are having roots here at Ambridge. I think that helps a lot because Ambridge will teach you something.
Oh, amen. You know, I've never lived more than a quarter mile away from where I grew up. You know, I could see my parents' house out this back window. And, you know, I lived for a time in my grandmother's house down on Glenwood Avenue. So, you know, I've never been anywhere else but basically this small little neighborhood. And it's something that I'm grateful that I'm having the opportunity to raise my daughter here in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. My wife had to obviously get her passport punched, being from the South Hills of Pittsburgh, to come to Beaver County. But she has adapted. She's adapted pretty well in the 15 plus years that we've been married and together. So
I think after 10 years, you can officially have a Bridger card. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, you know, she's excited about that, being a band parent, and, you know, with my daughter in 8th grade, playing in the band and, you know, gearing up for high school next year. So my wife was a band person. Actually was the drum major at Keystone Oaks. So,
nice.
You know, she's very musically inclined and looking forward to, you know, following along with my daughter. So I'll have to make some decisions next season on what I do for high school football. Go watch my daughter play in the band or call a game on the radio. So it'll cause me to maybe change the way I spend my Friday nights.
Well, you know what? Who knows what the future holds, and I hope you're definitely more into Bridger football by then. I understand that you're looking at everybody, but you know what? Family. I might have to talk to your wife. But yeah, we'll
just have to do the games on the Ambridge Connection.
There
you can be my color person.
Hey,
we can have all the Bridgers. How's that?
You heard it here. Ambridge Connection, Ron Matzie commentary. I love it. I think it sounds perfect. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. I'm taking it right now.
People and we'll get together.
Yeah, there we go. The other thing I wanted to just drop back on. Thank you for talking about the budget. I don't want to get too into it, but I appreciate you giving us that honest feedback from you. And I like your silent protest there, I guess, you know, not cashing the paycheck going into the savings account. I guess that's why you didn't hit up Black Friday. I understand.
Yeah, you know, it's tough. You live within your means. I mean, it's regardless of how much money you make. I mean, it's the reality. But, you know, you got a budget and you change the way you do things. And like I said, I did it before, and there was no question I was going to do it again. I'm just hopeful we get this done, you know, rather quickly, quite frankly.
Quickly, yeah. Five in the safe, yeah. Quickly, you need it. All right, so we actually pulled the winner right before you came on. So we pulled the winner, and the winner was, we went through the magic bowl and we pulled the winner, and his name is Matt Morrow. So he's I don't know if you know him, Matt. Actually, no, you do know Matt Morrow, don't you?
Yes, I know Matt. Matt, my brother, friends, and actually Matt's the chili man.
There you go.
The wing man.
Right.
Unbelievable. I told me he needs to open a restaurant actually. So congratulations to Matt. Glad he's victorious.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he does like a food truck, you know? That's what I'm hoping to see.
That would be awesome. You know, you can get a food truck and use Ambridge and downtown and go around the neighborhood like the ice cream man.
There you go. Hey, Matt, I need some chili and some wings. Can you do that? Well, Matt, we're planning your future for you right now. So please feel free to call us and say thank you that we gave you that motivation to move forward with that truck. All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for jumping on with me. I'll probably edit this a little bit because there's a large portion of this that I'm just talking and it's not that attractive and entertaining. So, but I appreciate you jumping on with us. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope the rest of your weekend goes as planned.
All right, thanks, Felicia. Good to be with you. Nice job.
All right, see you guys later. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow for day 28. I am with, actually, it's Small Business Saturday. I'll be down at the at Moonbeam for a little bit of time, but then I'll be walking around Ambridge, and anybody who stops and says hello to me, I'm giving them a free gift. So it's going to be fun tomorrow. Are you going to be shopping in Ambridge at all?
Be around. I'll look for you.
All right, please do stop and find me because, again, I have free gifts for people. I have the first 100 people who see me will get a free gift. So see you guys tomorrow in Ambridge for Small Business Saturday. I will definitely be at the Moonbeam Jar on Merchant Street for a little bit of time. I'll say it'll be before 11 o'clock. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. See you later. And we're out.